Hello everybody, welcome, very warm welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for joining me today. Now, what if I told you you could buy a home in central London in a prime pocket of the city fringe for around £425,000? And I'm not talking about relocating to some converted broom cupboard in the back of an old rundown building somewhere. Let me explain. So what I am talking about is converting to life on water. I'm over at St Katharine's Dock, which is right next to the iconic Tower Bridge and the Tower of London, just minutes away on foot from the City of London along the Thames, as well as Butler's Wharf and the South Bank just on the other side of the river. I'm about to take a tour of this steel hull converted Dutch barge. Now bear with me on this, as it's not quite as mad as some people might think. I've sold quite a few barges here and over another marina called Hermitage Moorings, actually on the Thames itself, where people have really embraced life on water. Some folks live full time, others use them as a London base or a weekend home, but all love the peace and tranquility that boat life has to offer. It's also a really affordable way of living in London when you consider the surrounding apartments overlooking this particular marina run into the millions. It isn't a small barge, it's coming in at a really healthy 1,421 square feet, that's 143 square metres. So with that out of the way, let's go and have a wander through. Right, well, welcome to the Wheelhouse. This is a lovely teak bridge, I suppose. If I'm probably going to get shouted down by people who are very much in the know when it comes to naval and boating terminology, but this is the main wheelhouse, all teak fitted, all original, and there is the wheel itself. There's a full diesel engine with this boat. It's all in good working order. Some of the boats and some of the barges that you have around this marina and other marinas around London are barges that don't have an engine. They're just literally used as a permanent home. But this particular one has a full working diesel engine that was refurbished and reconditioned a few years ago. So that's the view from the Wheelhouse. It's nice, it's warm up here and very comfortable. And if you are familiar with St Katharine's Dock, that over there is the Dickens Inn. So we're on the far corner, almost sort of diagonally opposite to the main entrance, which is the lock just through those two buildings over there. Now I'm going to navigate my way down this set of steps here, which requires me to put the camera down. So I am going to turn the camera off for a second, hot foot down the stairs, and we'll continue the tour. Right, so successfully navigated these steps down to the lower level and straight into the cabin off, or the boat cabin office, and this is where the owner uses his work time effectively when he is working from here, not permanently, but this is a lovely place to have a home office. Nicely kitted out. Again, more teak, and there's a wooden floor in this little cabin as well. And just under here we have the little kids bunks. So there's actually two little bunk areas there for kids. It is just purely for kids, but this boat can sleep up to 7 in 4 different cabins, and this is one of them. And then you've got these pocket doors which pull across and give you a bit of privacy. And there's also a nice wood burner in here. Really creates the cosy effect during the winter. It's fully insulated, this boat. The owner, who's owned it I think for over 15 years now, actually had the whole thing refurbished in 2010. It was a full out of the water refurbishment, and you can really see where they've spent some money on it. So we'll just step down here into the kitchen area, and just to my right is the engine room. Now, I'm not an expert on diesel engines, so I'm not going to try and get too technical with you, but there is the engine, really accessible. So from a maintenance point of view, it's really easy to get to, work around that nice and easily. And then the kitchen. I don't know what it is, there's something about boat architecture that they're real masterclasses in how to use minimum square footage with maximum storage. So there's loads of space in here, lots of kitchen storage space. We've got a 4-ring gas burner there, an electric oven. The gas is supplied by bottles that you'd buy and just keep them on the boat, and the electric is provided, I think, by ship to shore power from the outside when you dock, and you can just plug in effectively, and then I think there's like a leisure battery which will keep you going on journeys if you're going out on the water. And this breakfast bar here also doubles up as, sorry, this worktop I should say also doubles up as a breakfast bar just to the left here. And then to my right there is a bit of a utility room there. You've got the pressured hot water cylinder in there, always room for your hoover and your bucket and a mop. Okay, lots of portholes everywhere, and the good head height in here as well. And you've got these two big skylights here which open up, so if it does get warm, you just open them up, you get a nice through draft. Now, coming back to the point about space, again, that's a big seating area. You've got a big 3-seater sofa there and a 2-seater sofa. It doesn't feel like it's swamping the room. All of this teak that you see along the left and the right was all added and refurbished as part of the refurbishment programme in 2010. Low-level radiators, nice shelf storage, and then over here you've still got room for a really decent size 6-seater table and chairs for dining. And then more room over there. This is used particularly just for a music area, but again, if you wanted to have more office space and study space, you could use that there. And here's another view looking back to the open plan. So we've got half carpeted and half laminate flooring, and this laminate flooring is a particularly it's a special laminate flooring that has been added specifically for boats. It's a hard wearing. It's not going to be prone to any atmospheric changes or anything like that. It doesn't warp or anything. It's a really nice looking flooring. It looked like a cherry colour, but very effective. And again, more porthole windows on the left hand side. Now, if we head to the back, just before we get to the back, we have this stair area, open tread staircase. That's another little access to the top deck, so you can go and sit out there and have a tea, a coffee, or a glass of something in the evening if that's what you fancy. So we just duck a little bit here to go through to the front of the boat. So immediately to our left we have a very nice, neat laundry cupboard, and you've got two full-size appliances in there, the washing machine and a tumble dryer. That's really neat. And then coming back into the hall, we've got one of the 4 cabins. There's a little day bed in there, there's storage, and you've got a skylight overhead. It's very bright and more teak. And then immediately next to this we have the captain's cabin, master cabin, whatever you want to call it. Carpeted floor, again another skylight, more storage, more teak, and that's a nice size bed. That's a 4 foot. That's a 4'11" bed. That's not a king. That's a standard double, and drawer storage. Directly opposite this, we have a very unusual feature for a barge. The owner was absolutely insistent when he had the boat refurbished. He wanted a full-size bath, and the people said, no, it can't be done. He said, no, I want it. So he got his own way, and he now has a lovely corner-fitted oval bath, which is a full size. It's really deep. There's also a separate shower attachment, which doubles up as a step into the bath and have a shower if you wish. But it's a full-size bath, quite a rare thing for a boat like this. And then heated towel rail and wash hand basin there with more storage and more teak. And immediately next to it, separate heads with its own wash hand basin, another wash hand basin, and a little porthole window. And last but not least, heading out to the very back, very front I should say, we've got more cabin storage. This is used as a kid's room, but you've got these 2 bunks here, one to the right and one just to the left. And then what they've done is nicely kitted it out, so it's got a bit of a gaming station here for the kids, which is really neat, I think. And there's another skylight just above the head. So it's all very bright everywhere. There we go. let's take you back to the living room. So that is Excelsior in St Catherine's Dock. Okay, well that takes care of today's unique property. But before I sign off, just a couple of things to discuss and some detail that you need to know. Obviously, if you're interested in knowing much more detail, please contact me in the usual way, and that's via the website, which is uniquepropertycompany.co.uk, or email me directly, simon.stone@uniquepropertycompany.co.uk. Now, if you buy a boat here in the UK, bear in mind there's no stamp duty to pay, so you'll make a significant saving there. The mooring fees here at St Catherine's Dock for this particular barge is £24,000 per year at the moment. All the mooring fees are based on the size of the vessel, and a boat like this generally needs to come out of the water every 7 years for anti-fouling and have the hull inspected and repainted, so there'll be obviously costs associated with that. Now, it's pretty tricky to get a certain size boat into the marina currently. As I understand it, it's at full capacity, so if you buy a boat in the marina, it secures your place, but that doesn't guarantee you a spot in perpetuity. So bear that in mind as well. As far as the area goes, it's got to be one of the nicest places to live on the city fringe. Access to the city and the rest of London is so easy, and whilst the wider area here is a huge selection of places to go and socialise, there's also plenty to do around the marina. There's loads of coffee shops and restaurants scattered around the quayside. So there we have it. Look, I hope you've enjoyed the tour. It's an exquisite boat. I think it's quite seductive living on the water. I'll leave links to everything in the normal way in the comments section, description box below. If you'd like to know exactly where it is, you could try this if you use what 3 words. It's scouts.admire.post. So that's worth trying. I'll also leave that link below and the site for the St Catherine's Dock website, so you can have a look through and see what you think about the place. Thanks very much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a like, maybe consider subscribing for more unique properties that I'll be putting out there in time as the weeks come on. Thanks again for watching. Look after yourself. Until the next tour, take care.